Hey, good morning guys, what's up? Just got my hike in, and right now it's 84 degrees. By the time I get back and get the ball rolling, it's gonna be 110 heat index. Yeah, we're at that time of the year, we're in that hell heat. I told you it was coming. It's here, but guess what? We can't slow down, and right now we're between new moon and full moon. A lot of people ask me, why in the world do you do that? You always make your nukes up between new moon and full moon. Because an old wise man once told me way back in the early 60s, he was a very smart farmer, beekeeper, and he was like a woodland wizard, this dude. And anyway, he told me, he said, if you're setting, I was raising all kind of critters. I had pigeons, I had chickens, I had all kind of stuff. He said, set those chicken eggs, collect your chicken eggs, save 7 days worth, and also between new moon and full moon, save 7 days worth, whatever that is, whatever that amount that is, and then put them in a bucket, and the 7 day, go in and turn them each day too, he said, and then take some bleach and put in there, and then put them in that bleach water for just a minute before you put them in the incubator. He said you'll have 80% success story on that. I said, really? Yep. He said, when you're doing your bees now, make sure that you put those bees, make them nukes up between new moon and full moon, and you'll have 80% success rate. He said, but I want you to feed them bees. Feed your bees. I said, yes, sir. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get back. I just did my 2-mile hike. I'm wringing wet. I'm soaking. Sweating like crazy, but that's good. Sweat out that poison. Do it every day. Now, Miss Daisy wasn't in a really good mood this morning. I don't know what was up with her. I was sitting there. Normally I bring her coffee in bed, and then we're watching the morning news. Get up around 4:35. We're watching the morning news, and before I get done with all my coffee, usually she says, I'm gonna go make eggs. I said, okay. So she'll make bacon and eggs. She'll usually do them over easy, or sausage and eggs, and usually it's either over easy or scrambled. And I sitting there, and she wasn't moving and just watching TV, and I said, how about breakfast? No, you're doing breakfast today. Matter of fact, I don't even want breakfast. I said, what's up with that? I am sick of eggs, she said. That's what I have every morning, eggs. Bacon and eggs, or sausage and eggs, or ham. Sliced deli ham chopped up in my scrambled eggs. Like that. No toast, no, you know, nothing that turns to sugar. We don't eat that anymore. And my blood pressure, like I told you before, I was on it for 30 years plus, hypertension medication. I asked my doctor, I says, what are the, I'm looking at the side effects, guys, on this stuff, right? And I'm going, this is not good. So, me being the old holistic you know, medicine man Steve-O, I said, we got to have a better way than this. I mean, this is crazy. I asked the doctor, I said, you got any strategies? Do you have any strategies to get off from this medication? And he said, nope. Once you're on it, you're stuck for life. I said, really? So the body gets used to that. I don't know, he says. All I know is, once you develop hypertension, you're there. Guys, let me tell you something. And there's no really need to fire this doctor, okay? There's no need to fire him and go to the next one, because the other one The guy down the street has popped out of the same mold. He's had the same training. He was trained by Big Pharma. Yes, Big Pharma. Supported by Big Ag. All your politicians are backing this stuff up. Yes, they are. Because they're all getting their pockets padded. That's how it works, okay? That's how it works. So anyway, I told the doctor, I said, okay, keep divvying out the poison pills. And actually, my insurance covers it. It's the craziest game. But they're always calling. I only see my doctor once a year. And the game is, they said, they call the house. They don't do it anymore. Because I got in their shorts a little bit. I told them, I said, listen, I'm saving you guys money. And then they never came back with why. And then my doctor told me, he said, we got to talking about this. He said, Steve, you don't understand how this works. Well, how does it work, Doc? He said, the insurance companies get kickbacks. I wasn't seeing any of these cute blondes coming in there, sales ladies pushing these drugs anymore, but that's not how they work it. They work it, the insurance company gives them kickbacks if you get me hooked up with a bunch of drugs. That's how that works. That pays his office personnel, he pays the light bill, and probably the rental of the property that he's on, the office complex, right? Guys, this thing is such a big scam. It's off the chart crazy. There's no reason in the world that you can't fix your own health with you know, healthy lifestyle. So anyway, I said to Miss Daisy, and she says, no, I'm just sick of egg. I said, what are you gonna have? I'll have some yogurt. I said, oh, that yogurt out there that has sugar in it. She says, it's got a half a teaspoon. Don't give me any trouble, she says. I said, half a teaspoon is still sugar. Now, she's on hypertension medication, right? Has been as long as I have. And, but she's getting better at it. It's coming down. I told her if you get off all sugar, it's going to happen. She's lost some weight, which is good. And I told her, I said, you know, you can get off it totally. But the addiction of sugar is so powerful, guys. It's like cocaine, okay, or crack cocaine or whatever. I've never used any of it, but I get the concept. And anyway, I said, it's still sugar, Miss Daisy. She says, shut up. And so, you know, then I remembered what Clint Eastwood said. Every man must know his limitations. Yep, old Clint. He's a Republican too. Do you guys know that? Somebody in Hollywood in California that's a Republican. That's amazing. I think Tom Selleck is too. By the way, Tom Selleck is Miss Daisy's boyfriend. Yes, that's her boyfriend, Tom Selleck. So that's her taste, you know, and she doesn't care too much for Clint Eastwood. Of course, Clint Eastwood, what is he, 150 years old now? I don't know. He's getting up there, that old boy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we got to keep going, guys, and get off all medications, and you can do it if you follow the holistic path of keto carnivore diet. You can do it. And it's a wonderful thing, and I keep preaching it. I confirmed it through Dr. Ken Berry. If you guys go out there and pull up Dr. Ken Berry, he's fantastic. He preaches truth. He's the only doctor that I've seen out there with any integrity whatsoever. He's got a little practice in Tennessee, a little small town in Tennessee. He's on YouTube almost every day. But I was doing this kind of stuff way before I ran into Ken Berry, and but I wasn't totally there. I've only been off the medication for about a year now, and I finally got it through my thick skull. It was sugar that was putting myself in a high state of inflammation. And it can be bananas. You can be eating mangoes. You can eat watermelon. And it'll all jack your insulin. Once you jack it, here comes the problems, okay? No doctor will tell you this. Only old Steve-O will tell you this. I'm not a doctor, but you don't need to be a doctor for this one, guys. All these diseases are coming along. MS, skin problems, all these skin issues, and they're having fun with it on TV with these skin issue medicines, GERD, stomach issues. All of that is related to sugar and grain diet. I saw this big fat obese black guy. Okay, nothing racial here, I'm just saying. Cheerios, you've probably seen him. He's sitting at the breakfast table and a little Cheerio honeybee is flying around, and he flies up and talks to this guy, and he tells the little honeybee, says to eat your Cheerios, and he said, what do you think, I'm a little kid? And all of a sudden the honeybee pushes this bowl over there of Cheerios, and he has one bite of that, and he goes, and the honeybee said, did I hear you say He said, no, and he just keeps slopping it down. Yeah, that, and then the little honeybee says, you do know this is heart healthy. This is the BS, guys, that's being pushed on you. Why it's even legal, I'm not sure, but big ag, yeah, is paying off all of these people, like the FDA. That stands for the Fraud and Deception Association. Yeah, all these people are getting paid off by big ag. All that stuff needs to be shoveled off into a dumpster, guys, every bit of it. It's poison. It's all poison. Anything made with wheat, oats, all these grains, poison. The old Quaker oat guy there, you know, oh, it's heart healthy. It's a lie. Turns to sugar. Rice, potatoes, pasta, all of that turns to sugar, and your insulin rate, blood sugar, goes this way. You don't want it that way, you want it this way. You want cholesterol. The other big lie they're putting out is salt reduction. That's another lie. All animals, mammals, need salt and minerals. You want the good salt. Dr. Berry uses Redmond's salt. I haven't used it yet, but I know my my specialty shop, health food specialty shop, carries it, and I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna be converting over to that. Yeah, and the other big lie is fats, animal fats. All of that fat around that ribeye, cut that off, they said, and throw that away. That will clog your arteries. That is another lie my doctor told me. I'm sorry I'm getting on these little things. I start on a roll and I just keep going because it's truth. You're not going to hear the truth from any of these doctors, but it's coming around because you got people with integrity like that Dr. Baker, Barry, I'm sorry, Barry. There is a Dr. Baker out there also. He's pretty cool. Him and his wife Cindy. He's like a high-tech chiropractor is all he is, but he preaches a lot of this stuff too. Healthy lifestyle. But anyway, yep. So anyway, I'm going to get off of this topic and we're going to go on and get to, I got to get to the county place where they got the shredded wood. We're going to load up some of that. We're going to dump it off on the Pakistan mulberry. And then I'm going to go in and suit up, and we're going to get into the bees. We got to start making up some more nucs, and we'll get her done and have you some tea, have you some green tea. with some elder tincture in it and some saw palmetto tincture in it. Oh yeah, this will kick you up a notch. All these viruses going around, you got to keep that immune system high, and these tinctures will do that for you. Keep your immune system up and get off that sugar. You want to sweeten your tea up a little bit, put a liquid stevia in there. That's legal. You can do that. That's legal. All right. That's coming from Medicine Man Steve-O. Let's get into the bee. Let's go to the dump there. I don't call it the dump. It's the county yard with the shredded wood. We'll load up some of that. Only a small amount. I'll show you how I do it. No mess. Easy. So I've got my 2-mile hike in. Walk clear down to the Gulf of Mexico, which is right down that way. Wouldn't look at the Gulf of Mexico a minute and then turn around, come all the way back. I got my 2-mile hike in. I'm sweating like crazy, and these deer flies out here, guys, will try to rip the flesh off your body. Yeah, this time of year is bad. Really bad. But I kind of like them, because if you stand still, they'll land on you, and you can smack them. Yeah, you can smack them flat as a pancake. So they're kind of fun. All right, let's get her done. Okay, guys. Here at the shredded wood place. This stuff's all breaking down. They move it around with payloaders, and they get it mixed up with a little dirt and everything. So it's all good stuff. Good for your plants. Got a mountain of it. There's a mountain behind this mountain. This needs to be ground up yet. Can only get about a wheelbarrow full of this stuff. Guys, that's all we need. Take you around here and show you. Recycled mulch. Look at this pile, guys. Think they got a little mulch going on here. As they dig it off the front over here, they just come in with a payloader and scoop it up from here and take it around over there. But look at that big hill of stuff there. That's a big old hill of stuff. I've seen this pile here all the way back over here. And when you get a hurricane and the trees start coming down, this is what happens. So yeah, we won't run out of this stuff, guys. All right, back to base camp. tough was that, guys? Okay, guys, I got my fixing to go to the field here. I got my Max Force gel bait. Miss Daisy picked me up another one here while she was at the grocery store. Max Force, but it's in a little smaller cartridge for whatever reason. I picked up 20 of these beetle barns on Amazon. Picked up 20 of them for $24 and change delivered to the house. Okay, I like them. I like them. There's my other ones there as backups. But I'm getting addicted to these things here, guys. I'm getting addicted to them. We'll see how they go. You know, you really don't know on things till you run them about a year. Yeah, run them about a year. So I got that. I got me a sweat rag towel here. I got my long sleeve fishing shirt on, one of them. It's got little air holes in it so it can breathe. Like, I'm going to try to work light today. I got my shrimper boots on, these little lightweight boots. They don't weigh nothing. And I got me a little pump sprayer here. I put about that much ice in it, and I topped it out with agua. I got my tea. I'm all set, guys. I'm all set. And let's get out here and get in these bees. Come September, these things are really going to be kicking, guys. They will really be kicking by September. Let's see if she's made it up top here to this box. Not really. Not really, but they're protecting the comb. That's good. Well, I thought this con would be blowed up a lot more than this by now. What have I done? Lost my queen already? No, she's still laying good in here. I figured they'd have this thing drawn out more than this, though. This is a great frame right here to make a nuc out of, guys, right here. It's got plenty of pollen up in here, honey, and she's just laying like crazy across the board here. I'm only going to take one of these out of this colony. I don't want to rob her down too much. We'll go through other colonies and pull out some. I may only get one nuc today, I don't know. All these colonies are building up, but I don't want to rob them down too much. And obviously the goal here is not to steal our queen out of here, move her over. So look it over close, make sure you don't get your queen. I'm glad I'm wearing a bandana right now, guys, because if I didn't, I'd need windshield wipers on my glasses. The sweat's just dripping off me. The bees are in a pretty good mood. Now, there's nothing up here that I can rob. They're basically just protecting equipment right now, is all they're doing. Okay, I'll keep looking, guys. Okay, guys, I've jumped over here to this other hive next to it, and here's a beautiful frame right here. It's just loaded with surplus honey and brood. And there's some perfect larvae in there for them to make a queen on down here. Yeah, there's some really pretty stuff here. I'm gonna notch. I'm going to notch this. I'm going to notch in a couple of spots right here. The queen is not on this. Double check. Do not steal your queen, guys. You're defeating the purpose here. But this colony here surely has got extra eggs in it. If you did screw up and happen to steal her, you know, chances are good that they're gonna find some good eggs and go ahead and do it. I got a I got a real heavy frame of honey here. They're just about to cap it all. So this will complete this nook here that I'm building right now. No queen. Alrighty, we've stolen a couple frames here. Alrighty. Alright, we got 3 frames in there. We got 2 frames of brood and 1 frame of food. I'm going to put a string frame there and a string frame there. We're going to ship this to my other bee yard. Okay, I got a couple of my string frames here. Always put these on the outside, guys, or in between full frames. Just don't load the hive up with a whole bunch of these, otherwise you're going to have a mess. The bees will just take and make these things all kind of which ways. Now, what I got to do now is put a I got to put a trap in here. Come over here on the peg side, get your thumbnail down in there and pop it open, or your hive tool, one or the other, like so. Take your bait and put 1, 2, 3, 4 little dots. That's all. Don't let the bees get into this stuff, it will kill them. Alrighty, I just gassed all these bees yesterday too, by the way. I gave them another round of oxalic acid. Alright, I'm gonna keep hunting around here a little bit. The temperature's really, I mean really, guys, going crazy. I mean, I'm talking crazy hot. This camera actually is so hot I can't hardly touch it. Hit your wrist and your neck with this ice water. Hit your armpits. Hit your crotch. Just in case you got a hot crotch. This heat is no joke, guys. No joke. Alright. I'm going to hunt around some more. We've got one nice nook here. This is a hot nook. Out of very good stock, by the way. Good baby girl right there. We're going to keep hunting around here. I've gone through these 3. I don't want to steal any more there. I've got 1 to sell over there, and I actually got 2 to sell over here. I just got to get in and transfer it over to 5-framer. But I'm not going to do that until I call the customer. And he'll drop off his equipment, and I'll load that one over there. It's about to explode in his stuff, and then dig out 1 more for him. All right, let's go over that other bee yard. Okay guys, I'm loaded up. I'm ready to head over to that other yard and check them 2 nucs that we did a month ago. And Miss Daisy just hollered at me. She's got a project for me. And I got her in a good mood, by the way. So let's keep her in a good mood. And I think she wants to go run somewhere. I gotta drive Miss Daisy. It's my job, okay? But anyway, she gave me time to run over to this other yard and knock out this project. Somebody asked me the other day, Steve-o, we seen you mixing bees from one box to the other box. That's a no-no. And I said, in whose world? Your world or my world? In Steve-o's world, I mix bees all the time. I have been doing it since the 60s. Mix, match. Yeah. And granted, you put 2 queens together, you grab a frame over here, and you miss the queen, and you throw that in the box, and you run over here, and you look, oh, okay, and throw that in. I used to make these things up so fast, but that was before I had these things on my head, too. These things here. Old Steve-o had eagle eye, I'm telling you, and I could spot them queens like that. So I didn't have too much issue with 2 queens in a box. They will kill each other. Or one of them's going to die, but the other one might get crippled up, and then she ain't going to do nothing. So there you go with 2 screwed up. Now you've got 4 screwed up hives, because you stole 2 queens from them 2 boxes to put over here to create this box, and now you got, you know, now you got 3 boxes, say, screwed up. Okay, probably. But anyway, that, yes, you can do it all day long. Now when you put them together, just like here, I put them frames in this box, 1 frame from 1 hive, and I went over to another hive and got 2 and put in there. And then I went and dug out 2 of my string frames from the barn, came back out, I lifted the lid up, and I lifted it up, dropped it, because they were hanging from the lid, and they're buzzing like crazy in there. They already know there's no queen in the box, and they're not fighting. They're like in survival mode right now. They're going, holy crap, we don't have a queen. We got to get busy, girls. So that's the trick. You get a full box to make a good nuke. You want a lot of bees in that box, and you want sealed brood with just a few eggs, and exactly what I had on those 2 frames of brood. I had there's maybe 20 cells in there that they can make queens off of, and the rest are too old. But I did the notching technique on some cells. Actually, it was some eggs, and there was just hatched larvae in there that I did that notching technique. So they should pull cells off of those notches. And the other trick is put a feeder on there. Even though she's got a full frame of it's not full of pollen, but it's got some pollen in it, and a full frame of just about sealed honey. And then I got the 2 string frames on the outside. That'll give them time to start drawing them frames, the string frames out, and by the time she gets back from her mating flight and crawls in there about 5 days after her mating flight, she's going to want to start laying eggs, and they'll have a spot for her to lay eggs. Plus all the sealed brood that's in this hive now is going to start hatching, and that is going to be one hot nuke. It's going to be full of bees time I get back in 30 days. So I put the date on there. Today's 6/25. I'll come back at 7/25. We'll get into that box. We got to go over here now to this other yard and get into them 2 nucs. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Let's make sure that, let's see, help me out, think positive, give me 100% success story here. All right, let's go check it out. Yeah, okay guys, we're getting in here one day early. It says 6/26. Yeah, they haven't done nothing on that one. Drawing out a little bit on this one. Putting up a little syrup. A lot of pollen. I don't see nothing happening here, guys. She should be laying up a storm by now. These were very fat nucs when I brought them in here. A lot of seal brood. So they've all hatched and they brought back a lot of nectar, food and stuff. They're packing it away. There's no laying queen in here. So she got slam dunked by a semi-trailer, maybe, semi-truck, who knows. She could have got ate by a bluebird. Let's see what's happening over here. I don't see her on the lid anywhere. I don't see any beetle action here. That's good. Okay, they've done nothing on that string frame. Well, we've got one success story here, guys. That's a good thing. She's laying up in here nice. Yeah, she's laying nice. She be nice. Oh yeah. Look at that pattern, guys. That's beautiful stuff right there, baby. That's beautiful stuff. There's eggs. There's eggs, guys, here of the right age, and there's plenty of seal brood. Okay, there's plenty of seal brood here. I'm gonna make sure my queen's not on here. And we're gonna give this frame to that hive right there and let them start again. This is an excellent frame. This is an excellent frame right here, guys. There's plenty of bees over here and there's plenty of food over here, okay? So we're gonna make them do it again. I'm going to put this frame with eggs and all. There's eggs, bees and all. Right in the center of this nest. I'm going to put a line through here and check on 725. Don't need to look at this hive no more, guys. No more. I'm going to take this frame here. We've got an excellent laying queen here. Now we're going to give her elbow room. I will come back here. I will come back here in 2 days and give that another syrup and this one another syrup, and we'll be good to go. And I dummied up, forgot a bucket, so I'm going to steal that bucket off the back of my truck and put over this hive here. I got a half of a 5 in the back of my truck. And I marked this, see? I'm going to mark this out and put check on 7. Check on 725. Check on 725 for that one. And that's it, guys. Quick beekeeping. Well, we got 50% out of that. Normally I run 80%, but I had 2 hives. One made it, one didn't. But we're going to restart this one with the good eggs from this one, the good genetics from this one, the good genetics that came from Georgia. I like that. Like that. This is Georgia genetics here. So yeah. All right, guys, that's it. I got to get back to base camp. Drive Miss Daisy somewhere. I don't know where yet. So I want you guys to be strong. I want you to be happy and can keep getting it on, because we got lots to do. And I got to call that customer today and say, bring me some boxes. We're going to fill you up, buddy. All right, guys. See you later.